The Ch-47, commonly called the Chinook, is a tandem-rotor, twin-engine helicopter designed for medium-lift cargo and troop transport. The Ch-47 can transport 33 combat-ready troops. In its medical configuration, it can carry 24 litter patients and 3 medical attendants. The front and back hooks have a structural capacity of 17,000 pounds each, while the center hook is rated at 26,000 pounds. Although there are several models of the Chinook used by the United States Army, this video will address only the D model. For the emergency responder, all models have the same controls and switches. Approach the Ch-47 from the side, using caution. The forward rotor blades are close to the ground, especially at the nose of the aircraft. Normal access is through the passenger door on the right side. To open the passenger door, press on the locking button in the center of the handle, and it will pop out. Turn the handle up. The door is divided in the center. Push the top section all the way up, ensuring that the catch is engaged. Secondary access is through the large rear cargo door, commonly referred to as the ramp. The ramp is hydraulically lowered from the inside or outside the aircraft. The pilot's restraint system is a 4-belt, single-release style. To release the seat belt, pull the lever up. The cockpit seats are also equipped with an inertia reel. They can also be adjusted fore and aft, and up and down. The adjustment levers are located on the sides of each seat. The cabin area has 2 restraint systems. The first is a restraint harness that allows the crew member to move around. The harness is attached to the aircraft by a metal clip. The second is a seatbelt system similar to that used in commercial airliners. Now the emergency procedures of the Ch-47 will be covered. Fuel tanks located along each side of the Ch-47 have a total capacity of 1,028 gallons of fuel. There are numerous escape and emergency entry areas on the Ch-47. The initial rescue team should use the passenger door. This will give quickest access to the cockpit for shutdown. If the door does not open, the window can be pushed in. Grab the cloth pull tab and pull outward. This releases the window, which can then be pushed in. Immediate access to the cockpit is through both cockpit doors. Pop-out jettison handles are behind both doors. The left handle turns down. The right turns up. Be careful when turning the handles. The doors may pop out. If a door does not immediately pop out, use a screwdriver or other tool to pry it out. Another access is the rear ramp. The ramp's external control is behind a small access door located below the right engine and behind the last window in the fuselage. The ramp is lowered by moving the lever to the rear. If the hydraulic selector is in normal, the ramp will not open. An initial rescue person inside the helicopter can go to the back right side and open the valve. The ramp can then be opened with the ramp control lever. Another way in is the rescue hatch built into the upper ramp door. Pull the tab and the hatch will push in. In severe cases, or if the aircraft is inverted, the door in the center of the floor above the cargo hook can be used to gain access. To open it, depress the locking button and push the door up. Clearly marked windows on each side of the aircraft may be pushed out from the inside by pulling the emergency cord. Cutout areas are clearly identified on the outside of the aircraft's fuselage with the words, "Cut here for rescue." Once inside, the troop commander's jump seat may need to be collapsed. Do so by pulling its locking lever up. An emergency shutdown is done as follows. Shut off the engines by pulling the fire T-handles located on the center instrument panel. Reach to the overhead control panel and pull the engine condition levers together, then to the rear or stop position. Pull all fuel switches on the fuel control panel to off. Pull the battery switch on the electrical panel to the rear. Secondary fuel shutoff valves for both engines and the APU are in the rear of the aircraft on the wall below both engines. Move the shutoff levers to the left to stop fuel from flowing to the engines. The APU shutoff, which is located only on the left side of the aircraft, stops fuel from flowing to the APU. Disconnect the battery located in the compartment on the left front side of the aircraft. A screwdriver may be necessary to release the lock. Disconnect the battery by rotating the quick disconnect counterclockwise. To extricate the pilot, remove his seatbelt by pulling up on the belt latch. Remove each belt and set them aside and out of the way. Disconnect the pilot's helmet by pulling the connector. Do not remove the helmet from the pilot's head unless absolutely necessary. Ensure the pilot's feet are free from the pedals or any metal that may have been torn during the crash. Once out of the aircraft, take all crew members to the staging area for medical attention. This concludes the Ch-47 orientation. Points in review are: the cockpit doors can be jettisoned, but they are not power assisted. The front rotor blades can droop very close to the ground. Total fuel is 1,028 gallons. Personnel on board can range from 2 to 37. Knowing how to handle all kinds of emergency situations for every type of aircraft takes many years of practice and training. While this continuous process takes place, crash rescue teams can review each of the scenarios presented in this series. Again, this video can in no way replace intense, hands-on training, but it is a good orientation.